So my project proposal is about improving quality scores across my department. But just before we go into that, I'll just tell you a little bit about where I work. So I work for a company called HML, which is short for Home Loan Management, and they're a third-party administrator in the financial service industry. And we have offices in the UK, Ireland, we have about 5 offices at the moment. And what we do is we manage about 15 major accounts for clients such as banks and building societies. And we deal with a lot of mortgages, loans and things like that. So at the moment I work as a credit management consultant for one of the mortgage lenders. And my role is basically to contact customers who are in arrears with their mortgage payments and establish proposals to clear their arrears. Sometimes we have to take litigation action and repossession action, such as dealing with that on a daily basis. So when I was looking into things to change, I've explored 3 different areas. So the first one was a reduction in reportable complaints. So I just did a SWOT analysis of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So I'll just go through a couple of those. So the strengths really of reducing the reportable complaints is that it increases customer experience. It also helps us with the level of calls we take. So we're having the right conversations with the customers first time, they're not having to call back, so it does free up a lot of time for us. One of the weaknesses is that it can increase the call time, which does have an impact on our sales level agreements. And also, one of the main threats is that if we weren't giving the correct resolution for the complaints because it hadn't been investigated properly, it could lead to further investigation by the Financial Ombudsman, which can carry heavy fines such as operational losses, and also our body is the Financial Conduct Authority, so if they found out that we weren't giving the right resolution for complaints, they could fine us for literally millions of pounds. So I decided not to go into that one any further. I also looked into a callback option for our automated system. So when customers ring up at the moment, they go through a security system which asks them all the personal information and details of the mortgage account. And at the moment we are very busy, and sometimes people who are waiting in the queues can get fed up with waiting, which means it's causing stress for the customers, they're unhappy, that can cause complaints, and also we have a sales level agreement which states that we can only drop 5% of the calls we take. So if we're really busy one day and we're dropping a lot of calls, if we're outside of our service of the SLAs, then we can actually have mandates and things from our mortgage lender reduced. Also, in regards to the complaints, again, there could be potential investigation from the Financial Conduct Authority, again causing fines, so I didn't choose to look into the callback option any further following that SWOT analysis. So I finally agreed on improving quality scores. We're assessed against 2 areas in our job. So we do a lot of inbound and outbound call work, so we're marked against the quality of our calls, and also we send a lot of letters and we input payment arrangements which all have to be checked through an admin process check. So when looking into this improvement, there were no real threats because it was a change between all the consultants. There wasn't really any impact that it could have because it's a positive change. By increasing the scores, there are a lot of opportunities that are opened up to us, but I will discuss those in finer detail. So at the moment, we're marked against a KEMP form, which is basically a form, and it has different sections of your call. So you have like your security, questioning, also card payments and things like that, and we get an average of 4 to 8 calls marked each month, and over that month we have to achieve over 90% for each call. And then again with our admin processes, we get those marked on a daily basis, and those all have to be over 85% to pass for that month. And we have people in the department who are trained in checking the quality, and that's their role really, to assess those admin processes. You do get feedback at the moment, but at the minute it's just a quick email, so sometimes the same things are cropping up, so the same mistakes are happening. So this is just really an overview from 2014 of all the scores for each consultant. So at the moment there's 12 consultants in our department, and we all get an average at the end of each month for how well we performed on our calls and also how well we performed with our admin. And at the moment, with the call quality, 62% passed for the whole of 2014. However, there was 38% of consultants that failed overall and achieved under 90% for their call quality. Admin at the moment is quite low, so there's 69% people that failed and achieved under 95% for their admin quality, and only 31% of those consultants passed with an average of 95% or over for the year of 2014. So I conducted a short questionnaire with the consultants at work. It was just a series of 6 questions, and the research that I got back from it was that 67% of the consultants did not achieve 95% of their admin quality each month consistently. So some months they could achieve 95%, others they were lower. And 67% of those consultants felt that there wasn't sufficient training provided to achieve the benchmarks for the admin quality. So that there is a really big problem that does obviously need to be resolved. Also, we looked into possibly further training in both call quality and admin quality, and 75% of the consultants felt that they would benefit from further training in those areas. Also, 92% of the consultants agreed they would be motivated by incentives to achieve higher quality scores. So what I suggested to change was to have training provided by our quality checkers for your admin, sort of on a monthly basis. So having sort of a 30-minute meeting each month with all the consultants to discuss trends with failures, also to give additional support if that's needed. Also, if there was a certain trend that month, we could produce a process guide just to give a little more information and potentially stop those failures from happening. Also, we have call quality assessors who listen to our calls and mark them, so they were to provide additional support and developmental feedback in sort of an email basis, or maybe you can give a quick phone call just to give a little more guidance on the areas that you may be struggling with. Also, we were going to look into sending an analysis of their trends for failure each month. So obviously the consultant has a clear picture of their areas for development, and then moving forward, hopefully we can achieve a higher quality score if those changes are improved. Also, incentives to be offered for people who performed well with the call quality, and also for people who continuously improved. So I was looking into maybe giving sort of raffle tickets, and say if you got 5 raffle tickets you could win X prize, if you got 10, big prize, and so on. But that would be probably every 2 months, because there is a cost to that and we don't have a very large budget at the moment. Also, discussions between the consultants really to see where they're struggling, and it may be that someone else is doing really well in that area, so they can give that additional feedback. So that would just be a case of really half an hour every month to just sit round and discuss how people are doing, if they can help anyone, and if there's any other improvements that maybe they've been suggested that they can offer to someone else. And And then just a weekly email update from our team leaders, just to give everyone sort of an outlook of how the team are doing together, because that can motivate people, make them work harder to improve the scores. So that would just be a clear picture of where we were with our call quality and where we were with the admin, and it just shows that improvement each week if people are working as they should be. Okay. So this is my Gantt chart that I created with the changes that I was suggesting. Really, with the training that's being provided and the support, that would be an ongoing thing, so there wouldn't be any periods really where that wasn't offered. So as you can see, each month that's being monitored and being carried out. And then with the incentives, again, every 2 months an incentive will be offered, and that will be offered by the team leaders. Also, the discussions between the team for improvements, that would be carried out each month for half an hour, and then the weekly emails, obviously on a weekly basis. Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
How do you think your consultants and your staff are going to feel about these incentives? Do you think they're going to worry about them and think, oh, am I being measured in a negative way? What happens if I don't do very well?
At the moment, we're all measured on a monthly basis, so we aren't being measured really any more than we have been for the past, well, I think it's been 3 years that these things have been put into place. Each week they have a feedback session with the call quality, and they're aware of their statistics. There could be maybe some negativity if we're sending out these emails and they have people's names on them. People may feel that they're not doing so well that week, they may feel a bit disheartened, but with that we can maybe come up with another way of displaying the figures, so maybe using a number or a colour to show those scores so people aren't feeling that way. I think it also it'd motivate people. If they weren't doing so well one week and they saw other people working well, that would motivate them to go for that incentive.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.